This video is to review adding and subtracting rational expressions. In order to add and subtract rational expressions, you need to have like denominators. So this first example, you see that they do not have like denominators. So what we're going to do is multiply the first fraction by the denominator of the second fraction, and the second fraction we're going to multiply by the denominator of the first fraction. So on the top here, we're going to go ahead and FOIL these two things together. So that's going to give us x squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, that's from this right over here. And then here we're going to go ahead and distribute our 5 so that we have 5x minus 5. Okay, so that's our entire numerator. And now we have our like denominators, which is the x minus 1, x plus 3. And it doesn't matter what order we write that in. So now we want to go ahead and combine our like terms, making sure we write everything in order. So we have x squared plus 9x minus 2. Now, we would want to factor that if possible, but most of the time that's just not factorable. So that's our final answer. Now we're going to go ahead and do a more complicated example here, and this one is also a subtraction example. So if you notice here, this is over a binomial and this is over a trinomial. We're going to want to go ahead and factor each denominator to see what we're dealing with here. So 5x, the denominator is the difference of two squares. So that factors to be x plus 3 and x minus 3. And by factoring our second denominator, we see that that is x plus 3 times x plus 2. So what we should notice here is that in order to have a common denominator, we're actually going to have 3 terms in our denominator. It's going to be x plus 3 times x minus 3 times x plus 2. So what we're going to have to do is multiply our first fraction by x plus 2 over x plus 2 and multiply our second fraction by x minus 3 over x minus 3. So 5x over x plus 3, x minus 3. To get our like denominator, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by x plus 2. And our second fraction, to get our like denominator, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by the x minus 3. So we go ahead and distribute our 5x, and we get 5x squared plus 10x. Okay, we're distributing the negative 4x, so negative 4x squared and minus 4x times a negative 3 gives us plus 12x. And that's over our common denominator here of x plus 3, x minus 3, x plus 2. And we combine our like terms to get x squared plus 22x over our common denominator. So this was actually a multiple choice question, an example SOL question. You can see here that this would have been answer choice C. Okay, another strategy for you here would be to use the store feature and to choose something like 11. So choose 11, store x into your calculator. Store it in for this original expression, and then also try A, B, C, and D and see what gives you the same thing. That's a lot of calculator work, and it might be just as difficult as doing what we did, if not more difficult, but it is also another option for you. If you have more questions on adding or subtracting rational expressions, please see your math teacher.